So here we are over in one of my Aweber accounts, and I'm going to show you the first thing you're going to need to do is create a list. What I'm going to do is click on Manage Lists. From there, you'll click on Create a List. Add your name here or the name that you want to be seen on your emails. The system will ask you to add your address, the sender name, and your email. Go ahead and click on Next Step. On this page, you're going to create your list name. No one will see this list name but you, so it can be whatever you want. I'm going to create one right now for a company that I'm working with so I can show you in real time how it's done. Then what you're going to do is add a quick list description. Then go ahead and click on Next Step. Then simply scroll down and click on Approve Message and Create List. And that's it. Your list is created. Now the next step is to set your confirmed opt-ins for off. You'll go here to List Option and go over to List Settings. And this is something you'll want to do with every list that you create. Then click on Confirmation Message. And scroll down and turn off the confirmation message. Click on Yes. And then make sure you save your settings. And what this will do is allow people to get on your list as soon as they opt in, rather than having a confirmation message go to their email asking them if they opted in. That's called a double opt-in, and it really is just a barrier to getting people to see your message. So I prefer to keep it off. Some people like to keep it on, but I would recommend you go to this page, click on the confirmation message, and turn it off. Now the next thing we're going to do is click on Sign Up Forms. We're going to create a basic capture form with Aweber. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So when it brings you to this page on a new list, it's going to ask you to create your first sign-up form. Go ahead and click there. And while you can see there are several templates that you can use here, they have them by popular, and you can kind of scroll through and see the various forms. It'll show them in different categories, so you can kind of go through and see what you like if you want to just use one of these. But I'm going to show you how you can create a custom form in Aweber. Now they're not the most beautiful pages, but they do the job and they get it done. So what you're going to do is simply take this form that you see right here and stretch it as far as it will go. That's as far as it's going to go. And click here and set it to header. Or you can click right inside this box that says Edit Header. You'll click twice and it'll open up another box for you where you're going to add your text. And you can actually move it over here so you can do it a little bit easier. And I'm just going to go ahead and begin putting a page together, or putting a capture page together. Now you have the editor here, so you can go ahead and use that. and you click on Save Field. Okay, so now we can click on this again, get to see what it looks like, and now we can edit it and change it around. Actually, I want to change the color. So you can see I'm just taking the time to make it look the way I want it to look. So I'm going to click on the name field, which is called Labels. And actually, I think it looks fine. I just want to make it a little smaller. And I want to add an image here that tells them what to do. So the way you're going to add an image is come over here, click on Image, and then you need to add the URL of the image. I have this hosted already, so then what you're going to do is make it centered, click on Save Field, and then you drag it to where you want it. So there we go. So it tells them what to do. Now we're going to click on the Sign Up button and we're going to change this. And we're going to switch to HTML button, because we want to add the text that we want to see here. So I'm going to have it say, watch the video, and click on Save Field. So what I want to do is change the color of this button. So what I'll do is make sure that this field is selected under Submit Button, and then you can change the font and you can change the color. So let's go ahead and change the color. I'm going to make it also green, but I want to make it a different shade. Alright, so I actually like the color to be a little lighter so it pops. And then click on OK. You can also change the color of the font. I like it white, but I don't like the font itself. So let's go ahead and change that. They don't give you many options because, again, this is really a form that you would put on a capture page. So if you had a capture page creation software, you would build this form and then put it over there. It would allow people to get on your email list. But this is a nice, quick way to do it that a lot of people don't realize is even available. So let's go with this one. And then I'm going to remove Powered by Aweber. I'm going to leave the We Respect Your Email Privacy here. Now you can also add something in the footer here if you want to. So if you click on Edit Footer, you can even add your picture. If you want people to see who they're dealing with. I really do love the idea of branding yourself. It's a great way to bring people to your business and let them see who you are, learn more about you. It just adds a layer of trust to what you're doing. So that's a great way, a great place to put your picture if you want to. Not necessary, but sometimes I do that. But for this page, I'm not going to. But I want the page to be a little longer, and there's no other way to do it other than the footer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just type something into this field so that I can fill in some space. And then I'm going to take that, copy it, and just, I mean, you could go anywhere and grab, some text if you want to make it larger. So we just want to make it bigger, and then we want to turn it white and save. So now they don't see it, but you get a little extra space. It's just a little trick I learned. It's not necessary, but I like that it balances the page out a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to show you a cool little trick that you can do that actually took me years to figure it out. Not to figure it out, I didn't even know it existed because most of the time I do use creation software for capture pages. So when I started creating these pages, I realized that I could add images, which as you can see, I added this image here. So what you can do is there's a couple ways. You can, one, add an image to the header by making sure that your field is where you want it to be. And then you come over here to image, and then you add an image URL. Now, where do you get an image URL? Well, you can go over to Google and you can Google something. So let's just do that. I actually took the liberty of already grabbing a couple images that may work for this, but I want to just show you how you can do it if you wanted to. So let's say you want an image for this that shows lifestyle. So go ahead and do a search, click on images, and then you have these great images here that you can choose. This one, this one. Sometimes I prefer them not to be so busy, but you can test them out. So let's say you wanted to use this one. You would click on it, and then you would click on the image here and copy image location. And that's going to give you the image URL. All right, so let's use it. Let's check it out. Let's go over here, paste it. There it is. It's pretty cool. So you can take it and you can move it to where you want it, and it would bring it into the header, it'll bring it into the footer, it'll bring it to wherever you want. And you can save that if you want to keep it. If not, you just exit out. So let's try putting an image in the body by clicking here, clicking on body, and then what we want to do is we want to click where it says advanced options. So go ahead and click there, and you'll add that image URL here. I don't think this one's going to work really well for it, but let's see what happens. We have to upload that image. So what we'll do is we'll click here and just put it right there. You see where I added it in the file name? Click on open. It's uploading. And then I'm going to tap it. And now it's actually in the body of my capture page. And you can also do the same thing for the header. So let's say you wanted the image to be underlaid here. You would click on header, and you would add the image URL here. And actually, the image is already saved, so let's just click on it. Doesn't look very good, does it? But I'm just trying to show you what your options are. So let's take this out by clicking here, and I'm going to take this one out too. And we'll find another image. Okay, I found one that I think I like for the body, which we already have set. So let's add it and see what it looks like. Oh, I like that one. That's pretty. Okay. Actually, I'm going to remove this because I don't really like the way that looks. And as you can see, it's not in the footer, so we really don't need the footer. Unless we want to change it to match this color, we could try to do that. Let's go to footer, and then try and find a corresponding color for the background. Oh, that looks nice. Now we have to change the space type to be the same color. So what we'll do is we'll grab that color right here, and then actually I think that color needs to be lighter. better. Okay, so we'll grab that color, click on OK, double click inside this field, highlight the text, click on the font, add the color, and apply. There we go. All right, look at that. It's looking good. And I'm just going to add a couple more spaces here. Or one more is good. Let's put a finishing touch on it. We want to go to the entire body. We want to add a border. So we'll go back to body. Then we will go to border. We want to add like a dotted border. Maybe we do same green. Something like that. Click on OK, and you can see you have a cool little border. So this just gives you an idea how to create a capture page in Aweber. Now I took a lot of time doing this, but I really wanted to show you the different options that you had. But you can simply make adorable little capture pages really quickly. I'll show you some that I have already created. Now here's one that I did. We can see it's not very busy. There's not a lot going on. It's super simple. I just added an image, but it's getting great returns as far as opt-ins. And here's another one. And this is just another cute little, and you can see simple is fine. Simple looks great. It really works to get people to opt in. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and save this form. After you've done that, click on go to step 2. And what you want to do is name your web form. And so let's say you have 5 different traffic sources. Let's say you're using all social media. You want to do LinkedIn, you want to do Pinterest, you want to do Instagram, you want to do Facebook, and you want to do Twitter. You can create 5 of these forms, and all you're going to do is change the form name. So for instance, if I want this one to be Facebook, then I just name it Facebook. And what I want it to do is bring it to a custom page. And all that means is you are now sending people to the information that you told them they would get when they opt in. So I mentioned watch the video, so that's where I want to send them. I want to send them to my business page. Enter the URL. You're going to take out the beginning of that link. Add your URL. Now I can preview my page. Make sure that it works properly. And this is the page. Simple, really quick bridge page. And now what I want to do is I want to scroll down and click on Save My Form and go to step 3. So now what you can do, if you have a blog, you can install your form if you want using JavaScript or raw HTML code. But the easiest thing for you to do to grab that link to share it is just click right here where it says Have Aweber host my form. Take that form, copy it, and now you're going to get to see what the finished page looks like in a web browser. And there it is. I have to say, I think that's pretty cool looking.